Deep in the dark waters of Ireland's lakes, a predator lurks. A beast said to be faster than any boat, stronger than any man, and more vicious than you'd ever expect. Half-otter, half-hound. This isn't some playful river creature. It's a killer. And when it strikes, it doesn't stop at just one victim. Tonight, we're diving into the legend of the Dobhar-Chú, also known as Ireland's King Otter. And trust us, this is one cryptid you don't want to meet in the water. And if you do, run.
What up, and welcome back to the Kraken Cans Podcast. That podcast, we talk all things cryptid, all things urban legends, and all things just a little bit
spooky.
Spooky, you got it. Nailed it.
I wasn't coughing this time.
Yeah, you weren't coughing, weren't dying. And today we're in, I don't know, otter territory?
Ireland.
Okay. I think we're talking about two separate things right here.
We're talking about otters in Ireland.
Yeah, Irish otters. It's crazy. They're redheaded. It's nuts.
Hell yeah.
Are these if we're going to Ireland and talking about otters, wouldn't they be O-otters?
Ooh.
Could be.
Or just, yeah.
or just O's.
O-ters.
O-ters? There you go.
It already has an O. You just got to throw an apostrophe in there.
Yeah.
O-ters.
O-ters. O-ters, O-ters, O-ters.
Yeah, we got some odors.
We do have, we always have odors going on down here. Not so much right now, but...
No, it smells pretty good down here.
Yeah, all things considered.
But we're sticking around in Ireland. I know I did the Leap Castle recently before a Reddit episode, and that was in Ireland. And I missed the boat, so I'm still in Ireland.
Still in Ireland,
yeah.
Which is good, because we're just kind of... We're putting parentheses around St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Going the week before St. Patty's Day, week after.
Big old sandwich.
Maybe some poor planning. We probably should have. We had some stuff came up.
Yeah.
We couldn't quite get there. But
I
either
drank
way.
some green beer yesterday for the cast, though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I worked so long that when I got home, I just instantly just fell right asleep. I couldn't even drink a beer.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Well, if you want to make a green beer today, I left the green dye down here for you. You're
feeling
frisky.
Yeah. I don't know how frisky I get today, Corey, but we'll see my beer.
We got other colors upstairs too if you're feeling real frisky.
Ooh, you got purple?
Yeah, we got some purple.
I like purple.
Blue, red.
So if I'm putting this dye, what beer do we have today to put it in?
That was a good.
It was a good throw over.
Good tie-in.
Yeah.
Today we got a good one. I only said that for you.
Oh yeah.
It's our second beer from Mispillion River Brewing Company, which is out of Milford, Delaware, called Space Otter.
So the other one was not today's Satan. What episode was that for?
Was that Ouija?
That was because it was longer than.
Look at the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'll look at the spreadsheet while you're bringing in the beer. How's that sound?
Yeah, it sounds good. So this is a 5% American Pale Ale. So on the lower end of the spectrum for our beers, but higher than last week's garage beer. I'm not going to talk too much about the brewery since we already did that previously, but I'm just going to talk about how I tied this topic in with this beer. So the Dobhar-Chú, with its cryptid and elusive nature, could be imagined as a cosmic traveler sent from another world to mystify and intrigue those who encounter it. The name space otter evokes the image of a playful, otherworldly creature, almost like it's been beamed down from another dimension. Much like how the Duwaku might be seen as a mystical being from an unknown realm.
Duwaku.
This would be another one, like a good chant for, wrestling, like Duwaku,
Or
Duwaku.
Or we bust out the Ouija board and start chanting that and see what happens. That'd be good.
Maybe like standing using in some like rattlers, like maybe some snake rattlers.
Snake rattlers. Snake rattlers.
Standing there shaking them. I'm sure that would bring out something.
Yeah. I'd probably just go home. That's what our life came down to. It'd probably send me away. The Not Today Satan, you were close. It wasn't Ouija. It was the 5 hauntings we used it for.
Okay.
So real close. It seemed like we drank that so long ago. But
I mean, it was sitting in the fridge for a long time.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just felt like that. But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest reason I picked this beer is not only is otter on the can, but it's space otter.
Oh, what, dude, whatever. You just picked it because of otter.
No.
It's just like otter. And otter.
Buku.
and boo hag.
Yeah. No, but that's what we got for the beer. And, I mean, so far I like it.
I guess I'll cheers with you since you're just hammering it down, and I haven't taken a sip yet.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Goes down smooth.
Yeah. This is a lot. Like we were talking a little bit before we went on. I don't think we cared that much for the Not Today Satan, if I remember right. But
I remember that one was like, you could really taste like the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And it had like a really strong, just like aftertaste.
Yeah.
Almost.
But this is good. This is like good hop taste. The good hop taste I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really like a maltier. I don't know. It's weird to say a maltier and hoppier ale. High in the what is it? IBUs? That's like the hop scale. Like high IBUs.
Yeah, IBUs.
But hey, with that, you ready to dive on in?
Oh, I'm ready to dive in, baby. Let's go.
Face first. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Why you make that noise? All right, so we'll just start with the biggest, broadest question of them all. What is the Duwaku?
The majority of my information on this episode is from an article that Rachel Rafferty wrote on irishcentral.com.
irishcentral.com.
Titled, The Myths and Legends of Ireland's Hound of Deep, the Duwaku.
Hound? Oh,
Hell
boy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Duwaku is a cryptid from Irish folklore which translates to water hound or hound of the deep. It's said to be a cross between a giant otter and a hound. The size ranges from 7 to 15 feet, and it's said to have a long, sleek body covered in dark, shaggy fur with a broad head, sharp teeth, and a thick, muscular neck.
Are we talking otter head or dog head?
From what I'm seeing, I think it's kind of like half and half. Like I would say more of a dog head.
Okay. I feel like you only said that because you knew I was going to look at you until you picked one. So you just dog. And you're just done.
Dog. All right, let's move on. Its most distinctive feature is its tail, which is long and powerful, resembling that of an otter, and is said to be an expert swimmer. Able to move swiftly through lakes and rivers, it also has a taste for human flesh.
Because what doesn't that we talk about?
I mean, we might.
There's a good chance. Lock up your children. The Kraken Cans Cast in town. Maybe. We might just kill you, too. There's no... I mean, we might just kill you and feed you to the pigs. Have bacon later.
Yep.
And then we'll be kind of eating you secondhand.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I keep the pigs out back, baby.
Yeah. Out back. In our travel trailer.
Yeah. I don't keep it parked here, though. So the Dobhar-Chú is sometimes called the Irish crocodile or king otter.
Dude, this is wild.
Like, there's some awesome nicknames,
There's
though.
a half dog, half otter that they call the gator.
Yeah, I know. He's a little bit of Erdang.
Yeah. King otter. Like that.
Yeah. Some claim the Dobhar-Chú is Ireland's version of the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay.
So
it's a whale penis.
could be.
Yeah.
But not America's version of it. Champ.
Yeah.
This dude seems
R.I.P.
Yeah.
You got bounced, and he's just we'll have like 400 episodes, and we'll still be making random champ references. So I don't know what it is. We like that feller.
Yeah, he's our boy. But the Dobhar-Chú, so this dude seems to be more ferocious and less of a hugger, more of a biter.
Okay.
So champ. That's why that's why I kind of do that out. He's the opposite of champ. We still love you. So the Dobhar-Chú lives in several different bodies of water, such as lakes, seas, rivers, and he even lives on the land, can live on the land. It's most commonly associated with lakes in the northwestern parts of Ireland, where many of its sightings are rooted in folklore. And these areas are typically isolated, surrounded by dense forests or rugged terrain, which makes the perfect hiding spots for the elusive creature. And I think I might mention it later, but I'll just mention it now. So it's like the northwestern part of Ireland where this thing like resides or where it's been seen. There's also like hundreds of lakes.
Okay.
Like hundreds of lakes in this area as well.
So it's like Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Over in Minnesota. They got all kind of lakes over there.
They got lakes in lakes.
The land of many lakes, I heard.
Yeah.
Or is that what they call the butter? What's the butter company? Lando Lakes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll just move on from this. That's not even. I didn't even make a good joke. I just like Minnesota and lakes and butter.
And butter.
All right, go on, bud.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
The creature is believed to be deeply connected to the waters it inhabits, emerging only to hunt or defend its territory. Stories suggest that it prefers the depths of the water, moving swiftly and silently below the surface, but can also be seen on the shore or even chasing prey across the land when necessary. Because of its association with these wild, mystical landscapes, the Dobhar-Chú is often portrayed as a guardian or an ancient force tied to the very essence of the Irish landscape itself. So, like, some things I saw, it's, it was seen as, like, the protector of the land. So, like, kind of almost like an elemental spirit, so to speak, that we talked about in the League Castle episode. Was kind of like what I was getting, kind of reading into it.
Don't you kind of wonder if a lot of cryptids, that's like their thing?
Yeah.
Just to chase you off the land.
The land, yeah.
I don't know. I think of like Mothman. Was he trying to like chase them out of Point Pleasant? Was that his way of warning them that bad stuff was about to happen?
Yeah.
Trying to chase them out of it?
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah. Think you can kill this thing before it takes you out?
Yep.
Well, good luck.
Oh. Jeez.
Because right before you kill this thing,
what?
It lets out a terrifying high-pitched whistle.
Ooh.
Now, Mike, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think happens after this creature lets out this whistle?
Your balls just explode. No, does something happen to you or to him? Or to the earth?
I would say nothing happens to him.
Okay.
But I would say you're fucked.
I don't know. Do you just go in like a state of shock?
There you guess.
And your ears bleed. And your toe falls off.
Okay.
Also, your nipples get hard. And you get back pain.
Their final answer.
And a sore throat. Yeah, that's my final answer.
So there are normally two of these creatures that travel together. When one of the creatures lets out this whistle, it alerts the mate, who then comes out of the deep water, forest, wherever it is, and will avenge its mate and pursue you until you're dead.
So I nailed it.
Yeah.
Because all those things are going to happen when the mate's like ripping you apart. So yeah, nailed it.
You go through a little bit of each of that.
Yes. That's crazy.
Once you're dead, it'll eat you.
So it's like, it says here we should work in teams. Those things just always work in teams.
Yeah. It lets out a little whistle, and then son of a bitch just...
Here we go. Game on.
Comes out of the depths of the lake and just...
Out of me and you, who's the whistler and who's the chaser?
Whistler and the Chaser.
Yeah.
Can you whistle?
Kinda.
I'm like,
Yeah. Don't go off. We can whistle because it seems like we're just two chasers.
yeah, we're both chasers.
We don't get a lot done.
yeah.
All right, so you got a little history on this bad boy?
We got some history on this bitch.
Oh, jeez.
So the Dobhar-Chú can be reported back to 1684. And I'm going to go over one of the first reported sightings at the end of this due to, I think it's
copyright infringements.
Yeah. Due to, I think it's the most fascinating and credit-based encounter. And then there's some also little things about it that's kind of still there today for people to see.
Word.
That I think kind of gives some type of validation to this cryptid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, sir. When there's too much pause, I just
You don't know what to do?
I just yell a word.
You know
So I
what
feel
to
like
do?
it should be my job to fill these pauses in for a second, and I'm trying to teach myself.
You don't need to.
No, it's
You
okay.
can just edit them pauses
Yes,
out.
I can. And I do it a lot, you know? So-
There aren't many written reports of the Dobhar-Chú, as most of the legend has been passed down through oral storytelling and tradition. It's a lot of oral happening.
A lot of oral. This is like, it seems like it's a European folklore thing. Just a lot of oral tradition, a lot of almost like fairy tales, Brothers Grimm type things passed down through generation to generation. Scare your kids.
Yeah.
You'll cast stuff.
Yo, cat.
Anyways.
Grillia.
Really?
In 1896, a woman by the name of Miss Walkington reported seeing a Dobhar-Chú. Her encounter was published in the Journal of Royal Society of Antiquaries of Ireland. In her report, she described the creature as being half wolf dog and half fish.
Half bear. Half pig.
So, like, there are some things I've seen where, like, people say it's, like, half fish, half dog. But, I mean, half... The otter dog is, like, the most, I guess, that I've seen. But, like, I've also been seeing some, like, fish dog.
But no matter all the stories, it's some kind of, like, aqua dog.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like the otter makes the most sense if it comes out of the water.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be easier for a dog and an otter to make lovin', make babies,
Make lovin'.
than like a fish and a
Well,
dog.
fish are slimy.
Yeah, they're always.
Anyways. Anywho.
A
So, history.
few months after this being published, a fellow by the name of Mr. H. Chichester Hart
Oh, that sounds awesome.
responded to Miss Walkington's claim and said that he heard rumors about a gruesome creature called Dobhar-Chú, which is said to be king of all lakes and father of all otters. I can see like this old guy just like coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, you know about the Dobhar-Chú? Oh yeah, well, he's been around a time or two. Now let me tell you about this, son."
I feel like on the scene on Jaws where the guy just runs his fingers across the chalkboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I picture him just stepping out, like this dark corner, stepping out.
Yeah, just coming
having
out.
a town meeting, like, what is this thing? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I've seen this thing 7 times.
Yeah.
I've lost 4 fingers to show for it.
Yeah.
But he kept me thumb.
Supposedly, the Dobhar-Chú lives in many lakes and bodies of water throughout Ireland. On Akil Island in Straheens Lough in County Mayo is where the largest number of modern sightings have been reported. However, many of these reports are unsubstantiated. And just for geographic purposes, this area in Ireland is the northwestern side of Ireland, right on the Atlantic Ocean. So if you go right off of Ireland where we're talking about, like right there's good old Atlantic.
Doing.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, neighbor? I'm the ocean. I'm moving in.
I'm the AO. The ones that live in this lake are said to be migratory and do not live in the lake for the entire year.
So do a lot of these lakes tie together somehow?
I think, I think a lot of them do. I think some of them even like have some type of canals and stuff that eventually get right to the ocean too. Which we'll talk about a little bit in some of the theories that I have later on. So in 2000,
Oh, so we're making a big. When was that? The last
That
one
was,
was the early 1900s.
that was like late 1800s, 1896.
Okay.
So now I'm going. This is another like popular one that was in 2000, and then after these I'll get to like the granddaddy.
Good one. All right.
Yeah. So in 2000, an Irish artist named Sean Corcoran and his wife claimed to have witnessed a sighting of the Dobhar-Chú in a lake on Omi Island, or Omi, might be Omi. Omi Island, County Galway. This area is approximately a 2-hour drive south of the Achill Island mentioned before. So we're still in the northwestern side of Ireland, just a little bit more south from like the last encounter we talked about in 1896 or whatever. This creature could swim between the areas by way of the Atlantic Ocean like the ocean's right there, so if it needed to, get to like other lakes and stuff,
Yeah, you
that
just
it could
jump
just
out there and just dip right down.
just swim down pretty quick,
Makes sense.
and then you're dipping your toes in different water.
Yeah. I'm getting a little taste of different meat.
Yeah.
Possums, the other white meat.
Corcoran describes it as a large, dark, animal creature, with orange flippers. The creature reports, Corcoran reports that the creature swam the width of the lake from west to east in what seemed like a matter of a few seconds. He also described the creature as having webbed feet and emitting a strange, high-pitched whistle.
Well, you better watch out.
I know.
You better
That's
watch
what I'm saying.
out.
This son of a bitch just whistling while it's swimming?
Yeah.
Corcoran concludes that it finally leaped onto a huge boulder and before disappearing gave the most haunting screech that like he's ever heard. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm working on it. Bedroom stuff. Classified, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't tell everybody about that.
So how big is this lake? Do you know?
This lake that he's talking about?
Yeah, that it swam across in a matter of seconds.
I think it was a pretty big lake.
Okay.
I don't know, like feet, stuff like that,
Okay.
but like I think it was like a decent sized lake that it just swam across.
You're the
shit
expert,
really quick.
man. You
Yeah,
tell me.
that's what I'm telling you.
Okay. There's a mud puddle.
He just stepped across it. Son of a bitch. And then this is pretty interesting. So the Dobhar-Chú is sometimes viewed as a younger or less developed version of the more famous Loch Ness monster, Nessie. Which I have a hard time getting behind this because just like with the descriptions of Loch Ness monster or like other versions of Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, you don't have legs.
It's yeah.
Could this be like when certain Pokemon evolve, they like lose,
Oh.
like they go from like all fours to standing
To
upright?
no fours.
Could this be like he evolves?
Could be.
Maybe like an otter's the first stage evolution.
Yeah.
Once they hit level like 16, they evolve into
What's like
Dobhar-Chú.
freaking Magikarp and
Gyarados.
yeah. That's like the most badass evolution of Pokemon, in my opinion.
It's up there. Yeah.
It's gotta be top 3.
Top 3. It's got to be.
It's gotta be. I'll fight with anybody
Yeah,
on that one.
he will. I've seen him. He went to fisticuffs with a guy down the street the other week because that dude's like, "Hey, Squirtle's the best starter," and Corey's like, "The hell you said that, you son of a bitch."
So like I said, I have a hard time believing that it's a younger or less developed version of the Loch Ness monster just because of the descriptions by both creatures. The only real similarity that they share is being in the water.
Yeah, because the one has fur,
Yeah.
like big teeth. It's like I would never look at Nessie and think anything otter dog related at all.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah. Like it could be like a cousin or something along those lines, but
Yeah. Boy, that family tree gets freaking weird.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
If you go to West Virginia, it gets a little weird too.
Mountain Mama, take me home. Old country road. Love you, John Denver.
So the Dobhar-Chú is linked to the Loch Ness monster through Irish folklore. That connection with them being like whatever, similar or whatever you want to say, dates back to the 7th century when Irish missionary, not the act.
I was good. Yeah,
No.
I assumed. Not that.
Yeah. Saint Columba first sighted Nessie and used his spiritual powers to save a man from the creature. This event led to a myth that Nessie's offspring came to Ireland to avenge Columba's actions, with some suggesting that the Dobhar-Chú might be one of these vengeful descendants.
Yeah, because Loch Ness is in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My brain didn't even connect that they're not in the same
They're-
country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sometimes my brain wants
Yeah.
to think that they're the same country, but
Yeah, I don't know.
They're very similar.
Yeah, from an American standpoint,
Yeah.
Scotland and Ireland, they sound very similar. I'm sure people over there are like, "Oh, that son of a bitch." I gave him an Asian accent there, I think, more than anything.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I get Scotland and Ireland confused
do.
all the time.
Especially like their accents too, I feel like are
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
But that's just from us fat Americans.
That's right.
Now I'm talking in Russian.
Speaking of being a fat American, like I told you, I worked way too many hours yesterday.
Yeah, you worked a lot.
Yeah. So I got called out. It was like 11 p.m. at night, and I just worked all day, worked all through the night, all day, and we finally went to Wendy's to eat dinner at 6:30. But from 3:30 till 6:30, all I could think was a Baconator from Wendy's.
Ooh.
I had it in my head. I saw a cow cross the field, and I was just like, ooh, I wonder how much bacon I can get off this cow to make my burger. I wasn't even worried about the actual burger part of it. It's like, I wonder if I can make cow bacon right now and have me a fresh Baconator.
You're probably like hallucinating at this point.
No, I was starting. We pulled up. I parked behind the one guy, and hit the brake, and it was a couple minutes we had to brake, and I just shut my eyes and I opened them up, and it was 15 minutes later. It's pull.
Dude, I did that before at a red light.
Yeah.
I was sitting at a red
That's not
light.
good.
I closed my eyes, and dude, I was probably out for a couple minutes. I think I missed the green light 2 or 3 times. Good thing
Damn.
there's nobody behind me. And it was at a pretty busy red light usually.
Yeah.
In town.
Tell me what light this was. I'll take it out.
It was I can't really tell you without giving coordinates away for the people.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take it out.
Oh.
That's what I just said.
I
I
thought
want
you
to know.
meant you're gonna take it out, you're gonna drive your truck or
No,
your
I'm
vehicle
not
through.
taking the light out.
I'm
I'm taking the light out.
Take it out.
Yeah. Get your
There's the one right by
Oh, okay.
going like the 4-way there.
Yeah, it's
Shit,
a
that same
5-way. That one
yeah,
there.
yeah, it was that one.
Okay.
It was a weird time of the day.
Yeah.
There was nobody behind me.
It was during daylight?
Yeah. I don't remember what time it was, but dude, I fell asleep.
Gee, whitlickers.
Yeah, it was at least a couple minutes.
I know driving home, I've worked all night. And I'm driving back to the garage. It's 5 a.m.
Oh
and
yeah.
You know what I found a trick was? This trick does not work at all, but it's
Energy drinks.
No. It's what I always convince myself. Well, crunchy foods is really good, like pretzels or something to munch on. But I let one eye sleep at a time. So I'll drive down the road and I'll just all right, I'll give this eye a minute. Well, it
Yeah.
never works because my other guy eventually goes close to.
Yeah.
Till I hit the rumble strips, But
Yeah.
it's just well, just give old righty a break. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the left one. Oh, and the right one.
And it's son of a bitch for righty. You're supposed to wait till the left and got back on.
You're supposed to be on lookout.
Yeah. Now we're both dead.
Yeah, it never when you're so tired, you really try and convince yourself of some things that
My
are
stepdad,
not
he
true.
sleeps with one eye open sometimes.
Does he?
It's freaking scary.
Gripping his pillow tight.
I don't know if
Jeez.
yeah, I
He's
remember
scared of the Sandman.
I remember coming into the living room before, he's sleeping on the couch, and it's just I'm like, oh hey, and it's he's sleep. Yeah, it's the scariest shit.
Dude, that would freak me out.
Yeah, scary as shit.
Oh man, I don't even know where we were.
We're still
Well,
in. We're
throw-
almost done
throw
with
it
the
back to
history.
you.
Yeah.
That all started from Wendy's cheeseburger.
Damn.
that whole tangent we just went on.
So just to reiterate, Western Island is where the majority of the sightings take place, and also there's hundreds of lakes littered in this area. So I mean, I think there could be something hiding in that area. It's not all.
Sturgeon.
That's one of our theories.
I know that was a champ theory. I knew it was going to be the sturgeon to get blamed for everything,
They do.
man.
Just
They
because
catch a bad rap.
Just because they've been around.
Yeah, they catch. Did you ever see a sturgeon though?
They look awesome.
Yeah, but also like creepy as hell. Like to see them in the water.
It looks like you took a step back in time, like thousands of years.
So I can see why sturgeon comes up as the answer.
And those son of bitches get big. Like we're talking big.
Yeah, big.
Big.
Oh, I'm looking up a picture of a sturgeon right now just because I want to see one again.
Them bony looking fossilized shiny
dude.
Bitches. They look cool though. I'd put one in my fish pond.
Yeah.
I don't have a fish pond.
I was gonna say, what's your
we-
fish pond?
we filled that shit in and built a patio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have. I've been to your house. There's no fish pond here.
There once was. All
right. So, you want to take us into some of the most famous sightings and encounters of the Duwaku.
Here he comes. He's coming to fight John Cena, who just turned heel. So this is the most famous sighting, and like I said, there's some pretty cool stuff at the end of this that's like still relevant today that people can see and stuff like that. That kind of gives the Duwaku some type of credit.
Credibility, I like it.
Yeah.
It's all we're ever looking for with cryptids.
It's all we want.
We rarely get it.
Yeah,
Any credibility at all, we rarely get it.
I know, so when I saw this, I'm like, oh, shit. So here we go. We're going back to 1722
Oh, yeah.
in northwestern Ireland.
That was a good year.
Yeah, it was. What happened?
That was the year. What did Russia do that year?
Probably killed somebody.
Jeez.
Am I right?
I don't know what happened that year. I feel like you know that. So.
Well, they probably killed somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
so did the Irish.
yeah. So we're still in Neth.
Go with it. You nailed it.
Northwestern, I meant to say.
Oh, man.
So we're still
in Northwestern. It's super silly up here.
We're still in this area, general area where the sightings.
You're just not even going to say it again.
No.
We're in the general area.
The area where these other sightings that we've talked about earlier are in. Like, that's where all the sightings of this.
If you see it on a map, it's up and left.
Yeah. Put your finger in the middle of Ireland, go up, and then left. And that's where we're at.
That's how you get northwest.
Yeah. I don't know how to say this because I didn't realize we're a little bit more east and north. I just did this whole fucking thing, but I'm like, yeah, just cross that hour a little bit more this way and that way.
I think you just did it. We're good.
All right. We're going like 2.5 hours east and a little more north than what I just fucking said.
So everything that Corey said, just forget about it, except for the north part. You can keep that.
Just move your finger a little bit more to the right now and just up a hair. And it's somewhere right there.
So this is not the area where the other sightings are, though.
It's like, it's more inward.
Okay.
Or like inland.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, compared to there.
Going towards Scotland.
I guess Scotland's somewhere up there.
Do your research, man.
I did.
Okay.
I told you Scotland's up there. If you keep putting your finger up, you're going to reach Scotland, dude.
Do your freaking research, man. You're the expert.
Your finger will hit Scotland eventually. Or you'll bleed. So the story goes that a woman by the name of Grace McLaughlin or Grace Connolly, depending on married or maiden name, I don't know which one's which. I mean, we're talking hundreds of years. Who the hell knows?
Well, was she married?
Yeah, but I'm saying Connolly was, I don't know which one was maiden and which one was married. One of them was married name. One of them was the maiden name.
Gotcha.
So we'll call her Grace because that didn't change.
Yeah. Oh, not that we know of.
True. So Grace lived in Cravelia, which is located on the northwestern part of Glenade.
I thought we were in the
Lake-
northeast.
Yeah, it's this northwestern part of.
Of the northeastern part.
Yeah.
Okay. yeah, that
Yeah.
is how it is. Okay.
Of Glenade, which is a lake in Ireland. Glenade Lake in Ireland. Sorry.
Okay.
So on September 22nd, 1722, Grace went down to the lake to bathe and wash some clothes.
Oh, freaking hot.
I know. I was getting a little chubby.
Jeez.
Just reading this. Right typing this.
Oh, man. I don't know what this otter did to her, but it's going to be absolutely disgusting if Corey caught a chub.
While down at the lake, a huge monster, and we're talking about a monster coming out of the water. No
Whoa.
other types of monsters.
Nobody thought that except for you.
I
Well,
saw
glad
it.
you
I
specified.
saw it in your
Hey,
eyes.
Hey, for the people, he specified.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
For for you folks.
Folks. All right, we can continue here, folks.
Yeah.
So,
so I won't interrupt
Yeah.
anymore. I'm taking a nice roll back from the mic.
a huge monster emerged from the water and viciously attacked and killed her.
Oh, damn.
Her body was later found at the lake by her husband, Terrence.
But there's nobody there to see her get attacked.
Nobody was there to see her get
Okay.
attacked. But her husband, Terrence, then shows up because he was going down to the lake to look for her because, you know, it's getting later. She's not coming home. Like,
He had to take a bath.
and he needed his supper.
Yeah. Woman.
Not going to make itself.
Woman.
Yeah. He's getting hungry, so he's like, God damn it, Grace, where you at? So he went down to look for Grace
Golly.
to get her back there to make some supper. But what he came across was a scene that seemed like a bloody massacre, and next to her bloody dead body lay the creature that killed her, fast asleep. So some say that it
Dude,
was...
that's fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
You just kill the shit out of somebody and take a snooze.
Take a
next to
nap.
'em.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This thing's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, like, some things I saw, it was, like, laying next to her, and other things said that it was just laying across her.
So it's like, this is like, you know how like anacondas, when they eat a really big meal, they kind of almost go in like a vegetative state of
Mhm.
just can't move. And really, it's just me Thanksgiving night. For you Irish folk that might be listening to this, Thanksgiving's when America just became fucking badass. And that's why we eat a lot of turkey and stuff like that. Mashed
Yeah.
taters and stuff.
Yeah, we mash our taters.
Yeah. Y'all know a thing or two about taters, so I shouldn't be telling you.
That's right. I do like my pierogies, though.
I do like a pierogi. Dude, we had I was driving through a town today. We had to go up to like we're up in Wilkes-Barre today, you know, bigger
Yeah.
like city.
You
We
guys
d-
go all the way up there to do work?
We had to pick up a truck up there
Oh.
because it was up at the garage. And we got off at this one exit and literally so there's like 3 signs in a row when you got off this exit. The first one was like fresh homemade pierogies. It's like, hell yeah, that's awesome. The next sign was for an adult store that had a X-rated movie theater that played like around the clock, and there was some other sign there. And then the next one was an empanada, which is just Puerto Rican pierogies. So, buddy, we were set right there. They were like, we could
Yeah.
have spent our day right there. Pierogies,
Pierogies.
porn, pierogies
You
from
could-
Puerto Ricans,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
You could have bought your pierogies, went and sat down, watched some porn to eat
Yeah.
your pierogies.
And I watch that stuff for the story.
yeah, I just read the articles.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
read the headings, the titles.
the subtitles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go to those places, and I'm going to be honest with you. This is a confession I have to make. I hope it's not too revealing on the cast. I like to eat edible underwear. They taste good. I pack them in my lunch. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
They're good. They're like fruit by the foot, but better.
Do you get like a 6-pack, 12-pack, 10-pack?
I buy them by the box, by the case,
How many
yeah.
is in the case? Like usually.
like 36.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So like diapers.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. And I don't need to eat them on the weekends and stuff, just when I pack them for lunch.
What flavor do you go with?
They have a wild berry that's pretty good, but I don't need to get too much into
Yeah,
that,
that's enough.
into my lunches and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was funny that it was just
Is that considered a dessert?
no, it's just my lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, these are just whip them out of the pack and pop them right in.
Okay.
You sexual pervert. Jeez, Corey's over here being a sexual deviant. I'm just trying to tell you like a good lunch hack
I'll have to give it a whirl.
or a twirl, whatever you want to do.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So good old Terrence comes down the hill and finds old Grace.
Yeah, sorry. I really took us off the beaten path there. I just know when I saw those signs today, it's like, damn, I got to tell Corey about this.
Yeah.
He's going to
that's
enjoy
cool.
this.
That's cool.
Pierogies, porn, Puerto Rican pierogies.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. I mean, empanadas are just Puerto Rican pierogies. They're
The three
fried.
P's.
Yeah, they're fried. If you don't know what pierogies are, 'cause, I mean, I know it's more like a Pennsylvania
Yeah.
type thing. Just like dough with mashed potatoes put in them.
With
Cook
some
them
cheese.
Yeah, with some cheese. You cook them in like butter and onions. And they're
That's
magnifico. Magnificent. I just took them for granted. We didn't have, when I moved down to Arkansas, they
Didn't
were
have
like
down there.
impossible to find. I finally found them at the grocery store. They had Mrs. T's.
T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember telling people, like, hey, I didn't realize you guys have pierogies down there. And they're like, what the hell are pierogies? I've never had pierogies. So we had like pierogi parties, you know?
Just to like introduce everybody to
Yeah.
pierogies. They're probably like, God damn it.
Yeah, damn, we's been down here just eating grass.
Yeah. We could have been eating pierogies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. All right, we're going back to our boy Terrence. So Terrence goes down the hill looking for his wife Grace because he's getting hungry, and he sees one of these son of a bitches laying next to her or laying on her dead body, taking a nap, taking a snooze.
Sorry, so they didn't eat her. They just like ripped her to smithereens and got so exhausted from.
Yeah. I think it was
Weird.
just a bloody massacre.
Dude, that really is like fucking savage.
Yeah.
She didn't even eat her. You just laid next to her just because it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, kicked your ass. Now I'm taking a
I'm
snooze.
taking a nap, and I'll eat you when I wake up.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
want to. If not, I'll just go kick the shit out of something
Yeah.
else. Doesn't
I'll
matter.
fucking eat Terrence.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because he heard her whistle before she died, and he knew that Terrence was going to be coming eventually. So upon seeing the creature, Terrence knew immediately it was the Dobhar-Chú.
Yeah.
The grief and fury quickly overtook Terrence, who went to get his dagger and killed the beast. Because, if this beast is sleeping, like, pretty easy to kill something when it's sleeping. However, as Terrence was killing the Dobhar-Chú, what do you think happened?
Its mate came.
Ooh.
Its mate came, or it just like disintegrated into ash right then and there.
It let out a huge whistle, which alerted its mate.
What if that's how it did whistle? Like,
Yeah,
hey, get over here.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. I need help.
What are you doing over there?
So let out a huge whistle, alerted its mate. From the depths of the lake, another Dobhar-Chú emerged. Scared for his life, Terrence jumped on his horse and hightailed it out of there.
This sounds like a pretty solid story for somebody that murdered their wife.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was the Dobhar-Chú and its mate.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dobhar-Chú chased him for many miles, right on his horse's tail.
Ooh.
The chase eventually ended at a blacksmith's forge. Terrence needed to stop to give his horse a break. This son of a bitch was tired,
I could imagine.
running for miles from this Dobhar-Chú. The blacksmith understood what the creature was capable of and gave Terrence a sword and told him that when the creature charged, it would put its head right through the center of the horse's body. When this happens, you need to cut off its head.
Cool.
So like he knew that when this Dobhar-Chú came, it was going to target the horse's like midsection and just ram its head right through the horse.
Which makes sense. You're just gonna, if you aim for the middle, you miss a little right, miss a little left, you're hitting it.
You're hitting something.
Yeah.
You're going to hit
Same-
something
it-
that's going to bleed out.
Yeah,
and kill
aiming
ya.
for the middle seems like a solid strategy, I would say.
Yeah. The beast showed up, charged the horse, and
Freaking
put
Brock
its head.
Lesnar.
Yeah, the beast incarnate. I
The
think
beast incarnate.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Can't do it like Paul Heyman.
Dun,
What a genius.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Love that guy.
Taking people to Suplex City.
Yeah. So the beast showed up, charged the horse, and put its head right through it, killing the horse.
Oh, really? The horse is dead, huh? R.A.P. horse.
Fucking wore that horse like a necklace.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Put his head right through him. It died. It's like, okay.
When this happened, Terrence cut off the monster's head, killing it and avenging his deceased wife.
That a boy, Big T. That a boy.
That's right.
That's right.
So, what? Crack Daddy Mike.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on the story before I go over the aftermath?
Like, what do I think of
Just the whole story, like I guess, do you think it's possible, like, something like this happened? I know you, like, said about, like, this is a perfect scenario for, like, a husband to kill his wife and then play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I didn't think about that, but, like.
So, all right, I'm going to throw a really crazy theory out. What if he killed his wife? Then ran to the blacksmith, which was actually his lover. But also, I don't know. It seems weird that she got ripped apart down there by herself, and this thing just took a nap next to her.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have me to where he puts the dagger in, and then the mate just charges him. Do they have the head?
I don't know. I didn't see anything about the head.
Yes. Okay, so there's no actual physical evidence where you cut this thing's head off.
I don't have any physical evidence.
Okay. I guess that's my thought.
In my story.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess
don't
that's
have
fine.
any either.
That's my thought on it. I think the dude probably might have just killed his wife.
Yeah. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, you could say anything.
Yeah, he probably could just had her taken to some kind of asylum
Yeah.
because she was on her period or something.
Yeah, she's a witch.
Yeah. Back when men could be men.
The grave of Grace Connolly actually exists. And carved on her tombstone is a depiction of the Dobhar-Chú and her death.
So he doubled down.
Yeah.
He doubled down when he made this gravestone.
Yeah.
Damn.
It can be found in Conwell Cemetery, close to Kinloch in County Antrim.
You nailed all that.
The written details are pretty much illegible due to the age of the tomb. However, her name and her husband's name can be made out. There's also a picture of a strange creature that locals claim is a Dobhar-Chú. The creature is shown lying on its back, its head and neck arched backward in the final moments of its life, and a spear-like weapon is depicted piercing the base of its neck with the tip, just the tip,
Tip, baby.
emerging beneath its body, and a human hand gripping the upper end of the spear. Her husband has a grave there too, where he is shown on a horse with a dagger in his hand. Also, the Dobhar-Chú and Terrence's horse are buried in County Sligo, not far from the stone fort where they both met their end.
How'd he die?
I don't know. I couldn't find out how.
I mean,
he
the
died.
horse died.
The
Obviously,
horse
when it
died.
got
Yeah.
eaten.
So
He
yeah,
just-
I'm not sure how
just
he
died
died.
of natural causes.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Just a total hero.
Yeah,
I like how he's buried with his horse, but not his
not his wife. Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
yeah. I'm not sure how he died.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah, but like here's like this is like a picture of the grave I put on there. You can't really. I guess like you can read some of it,
We'll post it on the gram
but like that's a picture
and
of him
Facebook.
on his horse with a dagger.
Okay.
So like I don't.
It just kind of just looks like a horse with a fifth leg. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. But yeah, I mean it's take what you want from it, but
It's a good story nonetheless.
yeah. And there's some type of documentation, so to speak, on a grave. And
Yeah.
whatever it is, I don't know if it's actually a Dobhar-Chú or if it's some other creature, and over time it changed to, this legend just to make this story more prevalent, more real. I don't know.
Make kids run scared more.
Yeah. Because fun fact,
I love a good fun fact.
I don't think we've had a fun fact of the cast yet.
Do. Our cast is nothing but fun facts, Corey.
You're right. Yeah.
Hell, what the hell are you talking about?
Some, yeah.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
true, some not true.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, Ireland doesn't have any large predators
I've heard that
in the
before.
whole country.
Yeah.
Like I know they don't have snakes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've heard that they have like no
They
predators.
don't have. Yeah.
They were just hunted to extinction.
Yeah. Like right now, like the biggest predators they got Or like badgers, foxes.
40-year-old men that are into people they should not be into.
Yeah, them. American minks.
Minks. I put them right up with a good pedophile, I guess.
yeah. And then stouts and pine martens.
Martins.
Which are basically just like weasels. Some type of weasels,
Yeah.
basically.
They just kind of have a lot of like weasel-type things.
Yeah, they don't got any big things. Because they all went extinct back in like the 1700s or some shit like that.
Did you ever see people hunt with minks? There's like YouTube pages where they'll go to farms that are ridden with rats and stuff, dairy farms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll just send their minks out, and those minks will just absolutely go destroy rats.
Damn.
Then they have like a terrier that just goes behind the minks and just brings all the rats out. They'll go in there and just destroy like 30, 40 rats a night. They're like savages.
That's a good
total
That's a good operation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess they're really hard to train because they're so aggressive. But all right, so with all the mink talk and everything, you got any theories for this thing?
All right, so these theories are just my theories.
Oh, good freaking God.
Yes.
Folks, buckle up.
Yeah, folks.
You
better.
These theories are for the people.
For the people. Because I like doing my own theories for this shit. Because a lot of these things don't have very good theories. So I get my own theories out there. And then I would listen to Crack Diddy's theories.
Yeah, it is good making your own theories.
Yeah.
You never know. Your theory could be the right one.
Could be.
You'll never know because we won't research.
I'm going to say
it
is. It is the right one.
But yeah. I'm not, but that's fine.
But do you have any theories before I dig into my theories?
No, I want to hear your theories first, and then I'm going to make my theory just a little bit better.
Ooh, that's good. Good idea.
Good strategy.
I like it. So we got a couple theories here.
Oh, yeah, I do have a theory. Sturgeon.
I already told you that's one of my theories.
Yeah, I said it earlier.
But
Sturgeon.
I already had it on the paper first.
Whale penis, too.
I don't have that one down, so yeah it could be a whale penis.
Take a whale penis.
I like whale. I like the theory of a whale penis.
Yeah.
I don't like whale penis. But just
Well,
the theory.
you don't know if you do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've never eaten it.
Yeah. Or, anyways, go on.
Yeah. Good.
Go ahead.
So could the Dobhar-Chú be an unknown or undiscovered species? I mean, that's typically that's like the big theory for a lot of cryptids. Like, oh, is it an unknown species, an unidentified species? Like, could it be a relic from the past that survived in remote areas? It might have characteristics of both a land mammal and an aquatic creature, much like some species of prehistoric aquatic mammals. So, could it be something that, we think is extinct, and then over time it just somehow survived without us knowing about it? I guess possible. There's a lot of bodies of water over there, but I don't know. I just feel like that. I feel like that one's always. It's always tough, just because we have so many people that go out there exploring and trying to find these things, and with all the technology we have nowadays,
yeah, with
I
all
feel
the depth finders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you think they would pick up on.
They would
something.
pick up on something.
But if this thing could live in the woods, also,
yeah,
who knows? What if this thing's what if this thing didn't primarily live in the lakes? That's just where it's been seen.
Yeah.
No one's ever seen it in the woods or anything. If this is some kind of big hybrid bear or something, just comes down to the lakes to feed on fish and stuff like that and gets caught and busted.
Digs a big hole to live in.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
I like it.
Could be.
Could be a bear.
Man, bear, pig.
Ooh.
Could be.
Could be half bear, half pig.
Yeah.
Half man.
Half otter.
The otter I'm not seeing, but the man, bear, and pig I can see.
Yeah.
That being a real possibility.
Beaver?
No.
There's no beavers in Ireland.
No, they're a predator. That tail, man. Gotta watch it.
Whoopsh.
I think beavers are primarily a North American animal.
We'll go with it.
I'm going to throw fun facts at you. You're throwing fun facts at me. I'm throwing fun facts at you.
We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Prove you wrong later.
What other theories you have?
Giant otter.
Okay, next theory.
No, but the giant... No, there is a giant otter
I believe you. It's just funny.
So,
really big otter.
No, the giant otter
Yeah.
is an actual species of otter, but it's not native to Ireland.
Where is it native to?
It's native to South America and primarily lives in the Amazon basin and the Orinoco River basins.
How big is it?
It gets between 4.9 to 6.6 feet, including the tail.
Okay.
And it weighs from anywhere from 55 to 75 pounds. So, and you think too, and I might mention this with some of the other theories, but even if you have something that's a couple feet in length swimming in the water, it's going to look bigger because of the ripples and stuff like that.
Because the cameras.
And the shaky cameras. The shaky cameras add, 10
At
pounds.
least 10, 12 pounds.
At least. Sometimes 20.
Oh, jeez. You're getting...
Depending on what year we're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And these otters have long, muscular bodies and are very well adapted to their aquatic environment. They got thick fur, webbed feet, which make them excellent swimmers. And they are also known for being highly social, living in family groups, and communicating with each other through a range of vocalizations. While their large size and social behavior make them an extraordinary sight, their populations are currently threatened due to habitat loss, poaching, and human-induced environmental changes. So, like, they're not in Ireland, but I mean, could there be some other species of a giant otter that's in Ireland that we don't know about?
No.
I guess.
No.
Could be. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I just really wanted to throw a no. Right? That you gave this huge 5-minute long explanation. And all I wanted to say is just no. No proven facts or no research at all.
Yeah.
No, can't happen.
There is one otter species, one or two, that's native to Ireland. Like the main one is the European otter.
Super pretentious. Like the most pretentious otter
Yeah.
I've ever seen. They smoke cigarettes.
This thing grows from 3.3 to 4.6 feet, which includes the tail. That's in all my descriptions. I don't know why the tail was so, extravagant.
Well, how long is the tail, though? Because it would make a big deal in the description if this tail's
like 3
3
feet long.
Yeah, and it's a 4-foot creature.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Basically have a swimming rat.
Yeah. And the European otter typically weighs between 11 and 18 pounds. So it's a small little fella.
Yeah.
The big tail. What else here? One that I saw, and I can't really get behind this one. I mean, I saw this one like they could be large water hunting dogs, but I feel like if somebody's out and they see this thing, like, you're going to see the owner somewhere close.
What if they escape, though?
Yeah, I mean, if they escape, then
what if it was some kind of pack of dogs that just became...
Wow.
Yeah, wild, but also just became like a pack of dogs that escaped and just were really into fish. So they just became accustomed to hunting the lakes.
So breeds like the Irish...
Dude, I am so good at theories, by the way. I am like a theory king. As long as you just kind of give me the lead in for what I should say, more or less.
You just take over. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what if it's a pack of these son of a bitches?
Yeah, you're right.
They're out just hunting these fish and other shit and eating them. And
well, watch what you say. I'm copywriting this as we speak. So
yeah.
We'll take you to court.
All right, bring it on, buddy.
This whole thing will be mine.
I'm either going to die from my high cholesterol or Mike's going to take it over from this.
That's right.
One of the two. He's got two angles. Breeds like the Irish Water Spaniel or the Newfoundland are strong swimmers and could have been mistaken for a mysterious water creature. And these breeds can get pretty big, way up to like 100, 150 pounds, and have long, shaggy fur that might make them seem like a monstrous beast.
Dude, freaking... I had to look up... I'm looking up what an Irish...
Water Spaniel?
Yeah, dude. It looked like fucking Bob Marley. Dude, it looks like Bob Marley.
It does. Yeah.
Like this thing isn't a killer because it's probably playing reggae on the weekends, I feel
and
like.
It's high as shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's just
there
like
ain't no way. It's
hey,
like,
but the story about it taking a nap, like I can see that thing laying taking a nap.
Yeah.
She probably had a heart attack and died, and then that thing came up and just took a nap because it was so high on weed.
Oh, buddy, what did I find here? I feel like what are those little like drums that they play down there? Can't remember.
Yeah,
Michael Scott has them on The Office.
Dude,
Corey doesn't have a clue.
Bogos?
Bogo. Yep, that's what they are. Go ahead, Corey. What other theories you got?
You're gonna shit when that shit's right.
Holy shit.
They called bogo drums.
Oh, man.
They've been bogo drums. Or maybe I'm thinking of Bosco sticks.
I don't know what I don't know.
Remember you used to eat Bosco sticks in like high school?
Bosco sticks?
They were just those breadsticks that you dipped in sauce. They had cheese in them.
I don't know. I don't know if I had those.
You probably
honestly.
packed your lunch. Yeah, you're one of them.
Pack my lunch. It's just a steel drum is all it is. It's just
Okay.
a steel drum.
All right. Well, could have been a Bosco drum. What did I say the first time? Bongo.
No, you never said bongo. You said like oboe or something.
Boscovs?
But yeah,
I don't know
you're
what I
way
said.
off.
All right. The next theory
Yeah, this show's getting out of hand
is
right
a
now.
large fish species in Ireland.
Hmm.
And we got some pretty big fish throughout Ireland. Sturgeon, which we already talked about.
Yep.
Which can grow up to 10 feet or longer.
I find it hard to believe that people would get this thing confused for a fish, though,
And
just by the description.
And especially if it's in the water and then people are saying it's on the land too.
Yeah,
Like-
snakeheads.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got other fish. Sorry.
Sturgeon, yeah, they can get 10 feet, weigh 700 pounds. They get big. Atlantic salmon grow up to 5 feet, 30, 40 pounds, though some larger specimens have been found. Pike can grow up to 5 feet, weigh up to 40 pounds. Carp, common carp, can grow up to 3 feet, weigh more than 50 pounds. So I mean, they were kind of some of the big fish. So I mean, I guess if somebody just sees something in the water, they could see one of these fish as possibly be, oh shit, it's the duwaku. You know,
Yeah.
maybe. I
If
don't
that
know.
was already in your head,
If
that was a possibility.
If you're in
it'd
one of
be
these
real.
lakes and you're like, oh, duwaku's been seen here, you know, back
Yeah.
in whatever. Yeah, could be.
What if it was a Lugaro?
Ooh.
Came over from France,
Yeah.
over the lakes.
Just did a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's not that far. It ain't that crazy.
No, they run pretty
theories?
fast.
Yeah. You have a werewolf theory?
That's right. The other one I got here is seals.
Okay. Keep scrolling.
I
Just
got
keep
seals.
scrolling.
Gray seals.
Oh yeah, gray ones?
They can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 800 pounds.
Yeah.
And they have been known to sometimes venture over into some of the lakes in Ireland.
Oh yeah, why not?
And you know, these some bitches like to like lay on a little piece of land and get some suntan and shit.
Oh yeah, me
So,
too.
Could be.
I'm not much more than a beach seal. A beach seal. Beach whale.
seal.
I'm not much more than a seal.
I mean, seals get up to like, 800 pounds, so
I'm pushing it. We'll
yeah,
see.
We'll see.
You give me a couple more months, baconators, we'll get there.
Hell yeah, we will. I'll get you there.
So what on your theories, if you had to
That's
pick,
all the theories I got.
if you had to
so.
pick a theory that you thought was the number one theory, what would you pick? And if you don't think any of these theories fit and you just think that this could just really be the duwaku, then what it is what it is.
I think it's just people knowing the legend of the duwaku. They're out camping or doing whatever they're doing at the lake. They see a fish jump. They see, something run through the woods, a fox, whatever it is.
Well, there's no fox there. There's no predators.
There was a fox.
Oh,
There were some small little critters.
damn.
There just wasn't no big
I
ones.
wasn't listening to you when you said that.
It's all right. There's a fox.
Tuned you out for that one.
I'm gonna check real quick just to say you're wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was a fox. But anyway, yeah, foxes. Yeah, there are foxes. Yeah, foxes, badgers, foxers, stouts,
Badgers, foxers, and stouts.
and pine martens, and American mink.
Damn.
American
And
mink.
American, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm just thinking it's just people wanting to see something or witness something that isn't there, and their minds just fill in the blanks.
You know where my biggest question comes though, is why? Seems like every other cryptid or folklore or whatever, there's almost a why behind it as to why this became that, in the way of what would be the reasoning for people, just like people want like tourists to stay away from these lake regions.
You think it was just like people, started building cities and stuff like that, and they didn't want this land to be taken over, so they're like,
that would make sense.
They start spreading this legend, hoping that it'll keep people away.
Yeah,
I don't know,
because I remember when you said about it, it's supposedly very territorial.
Yeah,
so it doesn't want its space encroached.
Or like, did it start with just back in the day, like, parents didn't want their kids out swimming in the lakes and stuff, just of dangers of them drowning and dying and stuff like that.
But there's no info that matches up with any of this.
No,
like other legends and kind of folklore seem to have.
Yeah.
So that's where my question lies, is where I feel like we're missing something here, or we're not.
Yeah.
Which is very likely, but yeah. But are we missing something? Yeah. That's for you folks to decide.
Yeah, folks.
Because we're going on to the folklore score. Ooh, I like the little woo. Whoa.
My voice, like, I almost lost my voice there. All right, folks.
Corey's ready for the folklore score. And so am I. And Corey, I predict you have a 21.
Wrong.
Ah, dang. But we will do the unveil. And if you're not sure what our folklore score is, because it has been like 2 or 3 weeks since we did it.
Wow.
So folklore score we have 5 categories: spookiness, historical culture significance, believability, uniqueness, and threat level. And we rank those 1 to 10. So the top score will be 50 for each of us. We add them together.
Smush them together.
And that gives us our folklore score. And we need at least a 60 to get on the board. Corey, do you think he's getting a 60?
No.
Okay. Like your brutal honesty. So we'll do the big unveil. A 24. I gave it a 20.
So we had a 40.
A 44. First 40.
Shut the hell up, dude.
First 40.
Hey, Corey, have we had any 40s? Yeah, I think it's our first 40.
First 40 we ever had.
12 40s.
This is a mild myth. This urban legend offers mild scares and minimal threat levels, providing listeners with entertaining diversions that may hint at danger but ultimately pose little risk.
Yeah, so, I think that's accurate.
Yeah, I think so. We'll dive into our scores for spookiness. I gave it a 2.
I gave her a 3.
For cultural, historical significance, I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 7. I really just, because a lot of times, or at least from what I've seen, a lot of what you search in Ireland folklore and some of their cryptids and stuff like that, like this son of a bitch comes up like every time. So I ranked him high based off of like Ireland.
Believability?
Gave her a 4.
I gave it a 2.
I just, I gave it a 4 because I'm like, okay, maybe it is like a rabid otter. Just out.
I feel like the fact that you said that, you should lower that score from a 4 to a 3 right now.
A rabid otter who's just a little more plumpier than the other otters.
I guess
he has a taste for human flesh.
Hey, it could be.
Yeah.
Uniqueness, I gave it an 8 because it's weird. An otter. It's an otter.
I probably should have went higher. I gave it a 5. I was just right in the middle.
Yeah. And threat level, I gave it a 4.
Yeah, and I gave it a 5.
So,
with that,
critter is going to be added to the board. You son of a bitchin' Corey. The boo hag lives to see another week.
She's been hanging on.
She has been hanging on for a long time. We haven't had an add to the folklore scoreboard since Ouija.
Yeah, that's been a hot minute.
Yeah, and before that it was Kraken. Krampus. Yeah. That's right, yeah. I saw the K. Yeah. I just didn't look up high enough.
That's all right.
But yeah, Krampus is what I meant.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of them are some of our first couple episodes.
Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas of a cryptid, of an urban legend that you think could make it on our board.
That's not Bigfoot, because we're going to do Bigfoot eventually.
He's really intimidating.
He is intimidating. Like, it is a lot to try and get all the information for.
Yeah. Like, I keep, like, just thinking about Bigfoot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
So if you have Bigfoot, keep your opinion to yourself.
Yeah, keep your big foot in your mouth.
Yeah, your big foot in your mouth. But with that,
Ooh. Don't look at me when you say
that's
that.
right.
With that.
I'm Crack Daddy Mike. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, X. Follow us on all of them. Might not do as much on X and Threads, but we're pretty active on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. So make sure to give us a like. Tell your friends about us. Tell everybody about how this is the absolute greatest cast you ever listened to. Corey, you have anything?
You should tell I was going to say tell your moms, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give them my number if you know what I'm saying. I'm
That's
Crack
right.
Daddy Mike and I'm out.
And I'm BK Corey. It's not the butt crack.
Corey stupid.
Mike's dumb.
Corey stupid.
Dumb. Mike.
Stupid Corey.